Hello, my name is Alvino Nandiastro.
My name is Pandarma Majupa.
Welcome back to Connected, the show where we unpack the things that quietly runs our everyday lives. I'm Alvino.
And I'm Fadlan. Today we're talking about the thing that basically about the digital world we live in email and the internet.
Yeah, and honestly, most people use both every single day and never think twice about how deep the story behind them actually is.
Basically, so let's start the beginning. Vino, do you know when the first email was ever sent?
I actually looked this up in 1970. A guy named Valian Wahid sent the first email between two computers that were sitting right next to each other in the same room.
What? They were in the same room and still send email instead of the stalking?
Right? But that's the beauty of it. He was testing whether message could travel across a network, computer to computer, not just within one machine. And he's also the person who could decide to use the symbol to separate the username from the computer name.
So we have him to think for every yournamesting.com we were every site.
Exactly, one symbol and it became the standard for the entire world.
Okay, this was little techniques, but keep it simple. When it hit send Venus email, what is actually happening within the scan?
So basically, your email client, like Gmail or Outlook, pages up your message and send it to mail server using something called SMTP, which stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol.
Simple being the keyword that I have.
Sort of that server then figures out where the reception mail server is using the internet system and passes the message along. Once it arrives, the reception server stores it until they take their inbox, usually using a protocol like IMAP.
So it think of like digital portal service with setting, office and delivery routes.
That's a great way to put it, except instead of trucks, it's fiber optic cables and routers moving data at incredible speed.
Which bring us to the internet because none of this email stuff work without it.
So here's a fun fact: the internet as a concept actually predates email by a couple of years. It started as ARPANET in 1969, founded by the US Department of Defense.
Why the internet was a military project?
Originally, yes, the idea was to create a network that would keep functioning even if parts it were destroyed. No single point of failure, so instead of one central computer, data would be data would be broken into small pieces called packet, and each packet would take a different path to reach its destination.
That's actually king of genius. It's a resilient by design.
Totally, and that packet switching idea is still literally how the internet works today. Whether you loading a website, streaming a video, or sending an email.
So when I send a photo to my mom, it's not traveling with our file.
So when I send a photo to my mom, it's not traveling as one whole file.
Hope I to got broken in specters. How no rectangle compared to different road drop different servers and country even, and then they all get resonant variety of earphone.
That's kind of mind-blowing when you think about how fast that all happens. Right, milliseconds, we take it for granted, but it's an incredibly elegant system. And now, where email and internet collide.
So like connected to her, how that email transition from this nice academic to into something literally everyone out are us.
The big turning point was the 19th, when the internet opened up to the public. Suddenly you had service like Hotmail launching in 1996, offering free web-based mail that anyone could sign up for.
That what it stopped being just for administration and government restrictions.
Exactly. And then in the 20s, email came along in 94 and changed the game again with way more storage space and a cleaner interface. Before that, people were constantly deleting out emails because storage was so limited.
I remember very talking about that, having to clean out their inbox like it was a cloud.
Right, right. Spring cleaning for your inbox. Now we just save everything and let it sit there for years.
Speaking of things sitting in your inbox forever, can you talk about spam? Because that felt like the dark shit of this whole story.
And now spam security and trust. Oh, definitely. So the spam email is actually documented. It went out in 1978 advertising a computer product to a list of ARPANET users.
So spam is about as old as will itself.
Pretty much. And it's grown into a massive problem. Some estimates say the majority of all email traffic globally is spam.
That will show how the email provider even keeps up with filtering all of that out.
Is mostly machine learning now. System look at patterns, sender reputation, suspicious links, word formatting, and store its email for how likely it is to be spam or phishing.
Phishing being the scary one, right? Where people try or trick you into giving a password of being detailed.
Exactly, and that's really tied to the bigger internet security conversation. Encryption is a hard part of how we stay safe now. When you see that little padlock icon in your browser, that means your connection is encrypted using something called HTTPS.
So even something as simple as browsing a website involves that one layer of security most people never think about.
Right, and email as its own version of that too, with encryption protocols that scramble your message so only the intended recipient can read them. And now the future of email and internet.
It's like the internet original ability that just refers to the.
Exactly. I think what's changing is how smart email is getting AI powered, smart teasing, smart replies, automatic sorting, less about manually managing your inbox and more about the inbox managing itself.
And on the internet side, we're seeing things move toward more decentralized days, faster wireless standard, steady internet, reaching remote areas.
It's honestly a similar story to that original ARPANET idea, expanding access, making the network more resilient, and who couldn't be reached before.
This kind of product that 50 years later we are still chasing the small goals.
So, to wrap up, the internet gave us the root, and email was one of the very first cars to drive on them. And somehow, more than 50 years later, both are still central to how the world communicates.
It's easy to forget how much history and how much engineering is behind something as simple as hitting send.
Absolutely. Thanks everyone for tuning into Connected. If you enjoyed this, ini saya melakukan.
Love Wars, Buzzfire will catch you next time.
And thank you,
Thank you
for
for watching.
watching. Bye.